So it's a professional bettors Discord, right? We focus obviously on boxing. I'll be launching in the next few weeks a Stats Don't Lie video series for UFC as well. You guys have been asking me for it. We'll also be launching our Thursday night weekly UFC live stream with Nick from Breaking Bad Boxing. We'll be doing that on both of our channels. So that's something to look forward to. And, I'll leave it open to you. I was looking at some of the training. A lot of you guys have been asking me about Holly Holm and Stephanie Yon. And I don't know, dude, Holly Holm, before she even went to the UFC, she was a boxing Hall of Famer. Some of you guys look at her box rec and see that she's had one fight in 13 years. She had one boxing match in 13 years. All she's done in that 13 years was carve out a Hall of Fame UFC career, become a UFC champion, and she started boxing again a few months ago, and she was victorious. She is 44 years old. She lives in the gym. If you guys know anything about combat sports, she's down in New Mexico, Albuquerque, Jackson Wink. She's been there since she was a teenager, and she lives this samurai lifestyle. So she's not your average 44 year. I think the odds are fair. I think she's going to dog walk Stephanie Hahn. We watched Stephanie Hahn in her last. Stephanie Hahn's 35. We watched her in her last fight. She got dropped in the first round. I think the odds are fine here. I think Holly Holm is a slight favorite, and I'm definitely taking Holly Holm to beat Stephanie Hahn in a boxing match, 100%. So we'll get into that. I'll be uploading my breakdown prediction. You can't. I always tell people when it comes to Holly Holm, you can't look at her age. This is a woman who is a lifelong combat sports legend. She is a living legend, and she's a stud. I from even her being out of the boxing ring for 13 years. What we watched in her last fight, she took on a 10-0 fighter, I think a Mexican fighter. And then you look at Stephanie Hahn as well, a fighter from Texas. We watched both of them fight. I'd put, I'm definitely taking Holly to win that fight based off of pedigree, experience, skill, power, all that good stuff. There are going to be risks. We're betting on a 44-year-old woman, and a 35-year-old woman. So keep that in mind, boys. Don't bet the whole house. We're out here betting on 44-year-old women. You don't see many fighters who are older than me. I'll be 44 in April. I mean, this woman, she just stays in shape. Her strength and conditioning is through the roof. Her cardio is through the roof. Her endurance is through the roof. Her fight IQ is through the roof. She's a good follow on Instagram. I was in the fourth row. It seems like it was yesterday, but UFC 293. I was in the fourth row in Melbourne when she head kick knocked out Ronda Rousey. That changed the whole trajectory of women's MMA globally when she did that, because people forget that was Ronda Rousey who was arm barring everybody. That was Ronda who would get you, she would do that judo toss and then get on top of you and just break your arm if you didn't tap. And Holly really exposed the holes in Ronda's defense and Ronda's striking. And dude, Ronda Rousey tried standing with Holly. That was crazy, and she paid for it. I'm trying to find some. So she's been with Jackson Winklejohn for her whole career, Jackson Wink. So Greg Jackson and Winklejohn. So when you think about a consistency, when you think about somebody who their entire life they never been out of shape, they never got overweight, they never really, she's never really been injured, never really even had to take a lot of time off.
These are a few of my favorite things.
Yeah, this is her staring down. Yeah, I think Holly's gonna manhandle her. I got to be honest with you. I think Holly's gonna be too much, too strong, too big for Stephanie Hahn, and too classy as well. So I'm excited. The odds aren't that bad actually. Hopefully, I'm hoping money comes in on Hahn, which will lean us a little bit more in our favor. I mean, she's just always, her backhand's pretty good. Her feet are pretty good. She's sharp. She's really accurate. She's just classy. You know what I mean? I wouldn't bet against Holly Holm. She's just a classy operator in the ring and in the octagon. So we got that to look forward to. I just wanted to address Holly real quick because you guys were asking me about it. I'm gonna say what's up now to all the